Hello and welcome back to Organic Cardboard over here at the Pecktec studio. I've got Sean's whole Filminator 5,000, 8,000, I don't know what number you're on, that we're playing with today. And Sean gave me control of his Steam Deck, so I'm going to be playing with a couple different little angles here as well. But today we are playing a new game for Sean. This is Harmonies. Harmonies. Ooh. So we are making our harmonious little landscape here on our little player boards. And what we're going to be doing today is, if you're not familiar with Harmonies and how Harmonies plays, is that we are going to be taking these little tokens here. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. We're going to be placing these little guys out on our map. This is kind of Azul style a little bit, where you're taking a few tokens at a time. These are going to get replaced at the end of every person's turn from this big sack of tokens. And what we're going to be doing is trying to complete these patterns that we're going to have both from a starting card and these cards that we can optionally acquire, one each on our turn. And every time we complete a pattern associated with whatever's on the card, we will put one of the cubes that will score us, depending on whatever that pattern is. And this card will go up in value the more times that we can score it, and it'll have a high, the highest value at the top. Usually it's always more beneficial to do it multiple times. But we'll be trying to set these cards up in a way that is going to maybe allow us to do multiple ones. We're just going to logic our way through this board, trying to place out and make this most harmonious environment that we can.
What ends the game?
So the end of the game is going to happen whenever if it's ever on their turn. Sorry, I'm going to get a little drink of water here real quick. I just ate a bunch of crackers right before I started this, so they were right in the back of my throat.
Peanut butter crackers too. It's like concrete. Shout out to Toasties.
So we're going to have the end of the game is going to happen whenever somebody ends their turn. They only have 2 spaces or less left, and it'll end at the end of that round. So I'm going to go first. Sean's going to go second. So if Sean ends the game, it ends immediately. Otherwise, if I end it, Sean will get 1 extra turn. So everybody gets an even number of turns. That is also why this little arrow is pointing towards me here, is just to indicate that I'm the first player. So we can remember the order that this is played. I think this goes up to 4 players total. I don't think there's too much else. I'm not going to go into a full rules teach here about the scoring conditions for each of our placements, but basically all of these different tokens have their own independent scoring condition. That's going to happen here. In fact, I can pop that in right here where we can kind of look at it. So they'll have all of these, and then we will also have these spirit lands, or whatever, spirits of the land cards, or whatever they call them. And these are hidden at the beginning of the game. We'll choose one of them to keep, and then when we complete its pattern, then we will be able to have an additional scoring effect that's going to be in addition to whatever these are doing for us as well. So I think at that point we're probably ready to start playing. I've got 2 cards here. Sean shouldn't know what they are. He may know what they are because we were talking about the game a little bit beforehand.
Magic.
This is Sean's first game, so he doesn't know too much, anyways. I'm going to take this particular card here that is going to give me extra scoring conditions on buildings. So normally the buildings, as long as they don't have to be by themselves, but they have to be next to 3 different types of tiles. They can also be next to another building as one of those types. They'll score 5 points. If I complete this pattern once, then every one of my buildings will additionally score 4 points, as long as they are not next to. I mean, you can have 2 next to each other, or 3, or whatever. That group would only be worth an additional 4, but each of my independent buildings that are separated away from everything else is also going to be worth 4 points. So I'm going to place that in over here, and then I put my little starting clear cube here to indicate that it's not completed yet. Now I have to select 3 of these tiles here, and I'm looking at the board game state here, and seeing which ones can help to maximize what I'm doing. Um, because I'm also going to get the option to take one of these cards. I see a lot of options to get ready for trees, and I don't want cards that are going to have cubes on them that are also going to be required to complete other cards. And one of my buildings is going to take one of the cubes, so you can't place cubes on multiple tiles. So once they're placed, they're done. Um, I think with the selection of what's out here right now, this wouldn't be a bad one to have. Neither either of these would be pretty decent for me to take right now, um, and we are playing with the B side. I didn't want to mention that too. We're playing with the B side of this. They have two sides to them. The B side gives a little bit different of an orientation for your hexes here, but it also allows you to score rivers differently. So we are going to score based off of how many islands we create. So every time one of our areas of the board here are cut off by water, it'll create a separate island, and then we'll get 5 points for each of those at the end. So with all that said, I think I will choose. I'll choose. What will I choose? So many good choices out there. Um, I don't know what Sean's going to be going for because he's going second, so he hasn't picked his spirit card out just yet. And I like the idea of either of these two. I think I'm going to take this one to start off with. So I'll go in my player area, and that one is going to score if I get a building next to waters in this orientation. These can be flipped around. You can do them in whatever direction you want to, but we're going to just take that for the moment, put it right over here, and from that, I have to select what I want to start with. There are options for buildings. Buildings have to be placed on top of either wood, stone, or other bricks to complete one. I have to think about how I'm going to orient this in a way that's going to make the most sense for what I'm trying to complete. So I kind of think I want to put this pattern maybe in this direction. And I want to take water as well if I can. Trees aren't as important at the moment. They are a decent amount of them around. I'll go ahead and take these ones. So I can place a water here, and then I can place this wood down here. I can make it a foundation for a building here. But I want my building right there, and I want to be able to cut off this island. So let's move that down just a little bit. And that will be my turn.
So on yours, do you have to have? Could it be anything on the bottom of that as long as it's red on top
Um, it can either be
to make that count?
yeah.
Oh, I see
It can
that.
either
That
be
was
brown.
different colors.
Yeah, it can either be a brown, a red, or a gray tile, indicating either stone, brick, or wood.
Yeah, it's hard to see here, but there's like a little. There's a color pattern on the bottom of it.
Yeah, there's a. They give you a little reminder here with 3 different colors, so you can kind of see what you're doing.
Okay. The one I'm going to choose is whatever this animal is.
I like to call them moles, but they kind of look more like gophers.
And they'll give me additional points depending on the stack height
He,
of these stone.
he wants to make molehills basically, so he gets extra points for doing these like small mountains. So now you'll place that little clear cube on top of there to indicate that it has not been completed yet, and we can only hold 4 of these cards at a time until we complete them completely, and then they go.
Does this one refresh?
It does refresh. I did forget to do that, so let's go ahead and put a new one out. And we will put cubes covering all of the point scoring spots. First one is worth 3. If you get all the way 4 times, this one's worth 16 points. And it likes a tall mountain next to water. So if you got one tall mountain, you could put waters all around it and have 4 waters and complete that 4 times, is what that's trying to say.
Huh.
if that makes sense, because your cube is always going to go on just one of these. So that means that the water is going to be the one that. So that's not a bad one. I also forgot, as I'm talking so much, is we need to draw 3 more of these out.
After I complete this pattern, can I do other stuff to the ones that don't have the?
Yes.
Okay.
You can use these other. You can use any of them to complete a pattern, but you can only put a cube on ones that don't have cubes already. So
Yes,
this
the only
could,
thing that locks it out is when you lock it out with
yeah,
that cube that
yeah.
finishes the thing.
However, this is a 2 tall mountain, two size medium mountain, and that needs a 3 next to it. So you couldn't use that.
They don't really go
that.
together too well.
Now, unless you can complete this, and then you can start stacking these up and start completing another one. So you could do that.
I think what I
Those
want to do.
those also go with that tree up there that has a mountain next to it.
Yeah, I think I want to take the tree one.
All right, and we will wait until Sean's done before we put a new card out.
Just took the long way around there.
The long route.
And with that in mind, I think I'll take this one.
All right. Now you have to figure out where you're going to place them at. Waters are great, again, to start cutting off a corner because you can start making another island.
And I'm going to do this one over here. So I want it to be both of these.
Yeah, they do not have to be connected wherever you're placing them.
So let me I can do like that, and then it leaves me some room if I want to do this other pattern. Okay.
Yeah, if you're going to go for this pattern, and you're going to make that a tall tree, in order to do that, you only have room for 2 other rocks. You wouldn't be able to fully complete it with that, if that's something to think about.
Why? Just put another 2 things right here and it's done.
You'd have to put this one takes 4 cubes to finish.
Oh,
and
so I have to do it.
You don't have to do it 4 times the score. You'll get whatever you end at, so you can get to the 10 with that. But if you leave room around that big tree to put at least 4 different mountains around it, you could complete that one 4 times. You can still use those little mountains to help you complete this one too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it that way then.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to put a new card out. Sean, go ahead and grab 3 more of those tokens. Alrighty. Okay, now I have to make a decision. So I still have that card out, the other one that I really like. And I'm looking at what we've got on the board here. I do need to still complete my original setup. I need to get ready for another building. So this one wouldn't be terrible for me to take. I could just go ahead and put another water down, create an island, and get my other building out right away. Not bad. I kind of like that. However, I could, there's 2 buildings. I could wait and start getting ready for trees. If I take the other one for trees, I kind of actually like that. So I'm going to take this card that I really wanted. And this one gives me, so as long as I build trees around this 3 times, I could complete this card all the way. Again, do not have to complete it completely in order to get the points, but if you want to get the max points and get it out of your way, you do want to have the option to do that. So I'm going to take these 3 tiles here, and I'm going to go ahead and use that to complete another island. I could go ahead and get ready for what's going to happen over here. In fact, no, that's not going to quite work. I'm just going to do that for right now. And so I'm looking at trees. I want this to be able, I want to be able to complete this pattern over here. And I'm probably going to end up having another building over here at some point. Let's see, I could go in multiple directions to complete the one that I need. I'm only going to need that 3 times. So I'm trying to think where I'm going to actually place my starting condition card at. Because I can put my cube on either one of the buildings that finishes my thingy here.
You've already pulled your cube, right?
I have pulled my cubes, but I'm not supposed to know what the next ones are as I'm making my decision here. I know I'm going to want to do this 3 times. I know that's going to want to be a building. I could do, I want to leave that for water. So the 3, I'm probably just going to end up having to figure out another way to make the 3rd tree. I'm just going to put those 2 right there for now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm done. I'll get another card out while Sean draws the next 3 out. And we got one flying. I felt it hit my foot.
I think maybe 2.
I think it went in my shoe. One of them did. All right. And while you're figuring your decision out, I'll get these.
There's 2 of them down there. Sorry, got a little crazy.
Well, very unharmonious of you, Sean. We don't need any chaos in our
Boy,
sweet little
these
land.
are not super attractive choices.
You don't have to take a card, so
you don't.
No, absolutely not. So
you can just skip that and go right to.
Yeah, sometimes you'll hate draft a card too if you see somebody really getting set up. If you know you're going to go for water, that one's not bad. At the end, you just need 1 building, and then you put your 4 waters around it.
I think this might be the smartest one for me to take right now. The reason is I can finish this one.
Yes.
And I just need to jam this someplace. I'll have to put more of these together in order to get points.
Yeah, the fields need to have at least 2 next to each other to score it all, and they'll be worth 5 for every group of 2 or more.
I might just run them up the side over here.
Okay. It's a possibility, because it still leaves you the option to cut that off later if you want.
So this is done. Or one of them.
Yes. So you can go ahead and pop that down. All right. So now he's got 3 points for that card at the moment. So do you want to take a card?
No.
Okay. Cards aren't getting replenished. Let's put out 3 more of these. The 3 that I need. Maybe. That's actually not bad. It's not a bad selection. So I may go ahead and hit my limit on cards here and take another card. I do need to get ready for another building. And I'm going to need a grass at some point. So I'll go ahead and take those ones that I just pulled out. I can put this grass one over here to get closer to finishing that off. I know I'm going to want another building out here. Also need one over here. Maybe I'll get this one first because that'll help clear off that card. And with 1 more water, and get ready. I can actually complete 1 cube from this right now. Let's go ahead and do that. And I do think I want to go ahead and take this card, because with this one, I can complete this twice already, because I already have 2 waters next to a building. So let's go back over here and we'll pop in 2 of these. Right, yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and draw the next 3 out for you.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that
you might want to do that since I'm a little
worst ones that Sean could use. Just put my juju on it every time. My juju.
The juju that you do so well.
The juju that I do.
Now, that's a pretty good combo.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had my eye on, well, one, I want, what did I want? There was one that I wanted. Did you take it?
Probably. Hopefully.
I think you did.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because that one looked like it would be easier to do. These ones with low counts on it seem to be the better deal for me. So this big stack doesn't help me much.
Yeah, and the other thing that sucks about going for big stacks is that the other person will finish the game too before you do, because they're spreading. Like you can already see my board's getting kind of more spread out.
You're kind of locked in there. I wish we could take a blind one off the top almost.
Yeah. Uh, you can house roll that one. Take one blind one, get no other ones. No, that would be terrible.
Building a big tree again.
Well, you could always just make a building, and you could even you could start making buildings around your big tree, and you could go for that card right there, because there is a building right here that you could make right away. It's an option. The option.
But then I'll be I got to do a lot of them to get this off. So I need to save
Yeah, oh yeah. So you kind of like
1,
stones.
2,
Well,
3, 4.
don't forget you can always use these as just a base for another building too. The red
Yeah.
ones. So you could just set yourself up for one building, and you've got this set up in a way
I
where you
think my
could.
plan was to take that card in this stack.
Oh well.
I think that was my plan.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna I might skip this until
That's not a bad one for you. I will say that's not a bad one, because, well, you don't have that rule about buildings touching each other. It's a problem. Mine's sort of a problem to score most efficiently. But you do have a tall tree already, and then you could just get ready to put a building around. You've got enough room around this tall tree to put out enough
one
stones
building.
to finish that and do that. But it does lock you out from things like that, because you would have your thing surrounded at that point.
I think I will take this.
Not trying to guide you any particular way, just trying to give you the idea that
Yeah,
this is Sean's
sure.
first game again, so I'm gonna
take these.
I'm gonna be helpful until he starts beating me, and then I'll quit.
So I'm gonna go ahead and block that off. I'm gonna start working towards my goal here with the beaver things, and I'll hope that there's something I can do with this.
It's not a bad placement because your building needs to be next to 3 different types. It's now next to 2.
Yeah, so that'll help some
to be able to score it.
And there'll be a gray one, hopefully, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's
remember your gray ones score more if they're next to at least one other gray one as well. That's just the natural scoring of them. Okay. A lot of building stuff out, which could also, that's actually also good for you, because you also have a prairie next to that building you're trying to create.
Oh, yeah.
It will block off one of those spaces around your tree, but it would potentially help you. Which it's great in this game to have like situation, like to set yourself up for all options, because you don't always get the tiles that you need. So it's great to have some options for different things. So now there's no water left. There are options to start putting buildings out. I do not care about prairies at all. I do like trees and I do like buildings, so I'll go with the one that does not have any prairies. And I guess we'll go ahead and complete this and get this out of the way. And you can do this in between placing too. You can finish a queue. So sometimes you can place one and then continue on stacking on other spots.
It might be easier to sort out what you're doing in your mind too.
I'll throw that card away. That was the other. So this will just hang out in my scoring area. So I got 2 more to place. I do want trees around, so we can go ahead and place one and then get another cube out here. And then the stone, we'll look and see. There's nothing really focused on. I could get ready to do that one, or I could get ready to put another building down here. There's a lot of stone out right now. I am going to take that card, but I'm going to just put this stone down here to get ready for one more building next to these 2 waters. I'm going to take this guy here and place it down. I'm not going to be scoring it right now, but I am done at the moment. So I'll go ahead and draw the next 3 out. Oh. Look, more prairies. I call them prairies. They're fields, but I always want to call them a prairie. Prairie dog in it.
2 double stacks. And a green.
Yeah, stones are real good for you. You could finish your thing.
Well, I know which stack I'm going to take. I was debating on. I think I'll take this one.
Okay.
I was thinking about this one.
That's not a bad one because you could complete
So
it with
kinda,
another prairie, but you're also going to have a hard time continuing to complete them, but you may still at some point be able to complete another one. It's just they're all around your tree and you're using your tree for other things.
so this is there, and I'd have to put another one on top of
Another
it.
building, yeah. There's one other building
But I could
tile
go
out right now.
stone, and then no, because then it would have a thing on
Well,
it.
these, if you do go this route, you'll be able to use one of the stones that you use to complete your initial setup here. And then you'll just need to start putting greens
Just add
around
a
those
green
double
in there.
stacks. Plus, not only will, if you make this pattern, it's going to give you 3 points for each of these at the end of the game, so there'd be 6 by themselves, and uh, you'll get your additional scoring from your card as long as you complete it, which I'm assuming you will, and then you'll get another 3 for that. So, so doing a lot of mountains aren't bad for you.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab this one.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Now you're locked out of cards for the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, then you pick your stack.
I'm gonna take these. This will let me. I'll just put there, and this will let me get this one going.
Then you'll take that. Yep.
So this comes out.
And you've already taken a card this turn, so you can't take another one at this moment, but you could in the next go round. Okay, so we'll see what the next one is. Look at that. More stone stuff.
Hey, stone stuff.
Just be aware of how the cubes are placed for that one. We've already got one being used. Okay, 3 more of these. Ooh, that one's not bad looking for me. I don't care about fields at all. If I can do away with fields, I will. Making another island would be nice. Ooh, man, I could have almost completed this card too, but my cube is on one of the buildings that I need, so I need to make a separate building. But making extra buildings is good for me. So I'm going to take these 3. I'm going to put this. It just slipped right out of my hand, right where it needed to go. So I'll complete one more building. We can put this cube out here. And now with this other water, I'd like to set it up around this water to put another building out. And I've got one more tree set here. Potential tree, growing tree. I'm trying to think. I also have to have space for another building. So I could use this base for a building or for a tree. Looking at what all I have around. Oh, I also have this one completed over here as well. Like I forgot to do that in the last round. So I only need one more of those. I do want another building. I kind of want a building more than trees, and I want to be able to put a tree around it afterwards. This will complete one of my cards. And the other, you know what, I'll put it right here just in case I end up deciding to make that a tree first. Okay, I'm done.
All right.
I believe I am done. I believe.
You didn't take a card, did you?
I did not take a card. I cannot take a card because I am at the max at the moment.
All right. Take these. I'm gonna forgo the card right now.
So your prairies, where you have them, these are only scoring you 5 altogether at the end of the game.
Yep.
If you were to start a separate one, I'm not telling you to do this, but just letting you know, if you did start a separate section,
Oh,
that
is
would
it just 2 to get your 5 points?
2 to score 5. Yeah, you were
I
looking
thought
at,
it was 3.
you were looking at the other card. You know, you gave up the other card to do your molehill one.
Yeah, you're right. So I should put that over there.
Possibly.
I think I'm gonna do this down here to get the point.
Okay.
Kind of start closing this card out.
If you put it right here, I don't know if you have another pattern you're trying to do, but if you put it right here, it'll also be set up to score another point because it's already next to other mountains. Because it's a mountain by itself. You'll score your special condition mountain, but this won't score you any points on its own at the end. You might still end up getting another one there anyways, and it not matter.
Yeah, I'll go and do it.
The,
And then I got one over here too.
the other thing, and I'll just say this one more time, is if you did take this card and you had put your other field over here, you could have. Oh no, wait! This building is being used from something else. Never mind; those don't work together anymore.
Yeah, that's why I didn't take it because
let me
I
shut
had
up.
I had to put my red on top of there.
That's right. I told Sean to be aware of that at the beginning of the game, and he
I
did.
was.
He was paying more attention than I was to myself. Okay, so no cards. You're done. You don't have anything else you're scoring right now. Oh, the only thing that sucks about having to score these like you are is that you can't double up on them to score those afterwards. That's fine. It'll still be good for you at the end. 2 waters and a wood. Wood, you look at that. I kind of like that. I don't know how many more buildings or trees I really need to get ready for. Though I will get ready for at least one more building. So I'm going to place this wood here, getting prepared for later. I'm going to cut off another island right up here. And yep, and that'll be that. I'm looking for mountains too at this point. And I did not score anything else. Look at that, no more mountains. There's one with mountains, one with a prairie, 4 with a prairie. I don't care about those prairies. Those fields, sorry.
Another tree.
I do need to make some trees.
Can you use the wood as a base?
For a building, yes. Only for buildings and trees.
It's the fields and the green, the yellow and the green that you can't do that with.
Right, because the green caps out a tree.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Don't think I. I am not sure. I need to be thinking about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Which doing that twice might be tricky. All right, I want to do this.
Okay.
And that there. Um, I'm gonna put this here.
Get you ready for another building?
Mm-hmm.
You could get ready for a third building even too with the other one.
I wonder what scores more points. So that's 10 points for the next one. That's 9.
Yeah, the other thing to think about is
15.
it lets you clear the card.
15.
They both go up to 15, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same amount of points. It's just
You could just build another tree later too. There's a lot of wood and tree stuff out.
I think I want to kind of get started on this one
Mm-hmm.
and go over here. You know what? If I do it right here, that leaves that open for changes of my mind, and I can just put a green one there later.
Yeah. If you were to start the building right or the mountain right here. Oh yeah, it's the same difference because the green would score there, or you could score.
Like I'd have to do another 2 right here, really, to make
yeah,
that one.
unfortunately, I won't be able to double them up really well, but
Not super efficient on that one.
you know that
Maybe another pattern will
not every
emerge.
you don't always clear a lot of cards too. Sometimes just setting up your board gets you in a good way.
Oh, you got a lot of damn cubes out.
I do have cubes out.
I've got 4. You've got 1, 2,
You
3,
you got a
4,
good
5,
scoring
6,
condition
7.
with your mountains though right now, so they are great to have next to each other and have them in low stacks. Okay, you're done.
Yep.
All right, let's get 3 more of these guys out. All right. See, now there's no buildings out. I could use trees. I do not want prairies. I don't want a lot more wood. I could use the stone. I'm going to take that. I'll go ahead and start a stone off in one of these corners here. And with the tree, 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 tree. Where's the other tree? I needed to put one out here. I can complete this cube. And now this will be the base for another building, hopefully. Where else do I need buildings? I need them near waters. I've only got one other water one though that I need to complete with that. And I could start looking at something else that I might be able to complete, but not likely.
Indeed.
I'll put it. Oh, I don't want to have to cut that off. I'll put it right here for now. Maybe it'll become a tree later. We'll see. I think that's the end of that. Look at them prairies. Living on a prairie.
Do you have to take one of these
You
things?
always have to take them. Yeah, that's the pain in the butt.
So, in very real possibility, I could force you to take.
Well, I'm going to have a new set whenever you finish, so.
Very real possibility I can make you take a prairie. It's very real.
It's likely at some point I'll have to take a prairie. I'll stick it in some corner I don't care about.
Because prairies really don't help me any right now.
I wouldn't mind having 2 prairies off in the corner where they're not getting in my way. The decisions that Sean makes.
It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to decide. I don't want any prairies.
No prairies it is. So Sean is taking the 2 woods in the blue.
I am not sure what I'm going to do with this.
You could start cutting off another island.
Yeah. Dang, man. I really don't need this. Because I don't have a lot of wood stuff going. I've got this, but that's happening already. I got this. That's already. I don't need another one. I guess I could put up another one, but I need to put a green thing there.
There's only one mountain out. If you wanted to be able to start acquiring the mountains off.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do that.
Maybe the next one will have 3 mountains.
Yeah. I'm going to stick this prairie off over here. See what happens with that. I'll do a water there in case that works out. And I'll do a mountain. I could do here and just get a point right now. I think I will do that. I'm a little scared that I'm going to get to the end of the game and not have all my stuff.
You've almost completed that card too. Do you want to take a card? Not really that best option.
And that would be awesome if it wasn't on there.
Yeah, it's getting in the way with your other rocks.
I kind of considered that, but I don't think I'm gonna have.
You don't score as much for your triple rocks either, and it's hard to make them. You do still get 7 points regardless, as long as it's connected to another
I think
mountain.
I'm gonna hold off on these cards.
All right.
I don't want something cool to pop out that you like. You're full right now.
I'm gonna draw those 3
For a
rocks
second.
out right now. That's not bad, actually.
Dang it.
I will take that.
That's perfect for you. That's like excellent.
It does happen like that sometimes. Um, so we want to make a mountain or a building here or here. If I do it here, it's not going to let me take advantage of that other one there. So I'm going to take the mountain here, the building here, to complete this card off. And this stone might as well go ahead and get ready to get a monkey with it. It kind of sucks picking these stones off here because I don't get to score them at the end, but I get to score this little monkey sitting in the corner here. And I will go ahead and take this one. So I might complete it. Might get somewhere with it. Yeah.
Okay, and that's the end of you, right?
That's the end of me.
That's the end of you.
Wood, and more wood. It's very rare to draw 3 of the same.
Wow, that's.
Would you like the look of that?
There's no stones on there.
No. You've been acquiring all the stones.
Acquiring the stones. Leave my poor heart alone.
You could start another big tree with 2 wood.
Yeah, I think I'll do this one.
Oh yeah, because you need the little bushes.
I'll put a bush right here. Got a bush right here.
Okay, so you will, yeah, the only way you can complete that other one is by getting a double.
That's assuming that they ever come out again.
But you did complete one just now, so you can go ahead and put a cube on. And you only
I did finish one.
You only need one more too to complete that one. It's not that one; it's the one on the right.
This one? No, wait, this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cards? Do you want a card?
You know, I don't think I want a card. I don't see anything that's really gonna that I want to be committed to.
Sometimes you don't take a lot of cards.
Oh, there you go.
Well, thank you, Sean. I'm gonna put out buildings, but where do we want buildings? I don't really want buildings as much. Maybe I don't want that as much anymore. I do want buildings, but I don't.
You need to build a big tree. You can make a big tall tree right now.
I do. I don't want prairies if I can help it. And I don't want to cap off. I do need wood. I could take a prairie. I could take a prairie.
You can stick it off on your island.
Stick it in the corner.
No one puts prairie in a corner.
Nobody puts prairie in a corner. Oh, which ones do I want to complete? I forgot I could complete this one right here. So this is actually off. And I do want 2 tall trees. There's a lot of grass out right now. What else am I going to do with water? I can't do much else with water. Could maybe make one more island before the end of it. I guess we'll try that. I'll take these 2 woods and this water. Because I want these to be 2 tall trees. And tall trees give you a lot of points, but trees with no caps give you no points. Shake it, shake it. Hang on, before you pull that, let me just double check to make sure there's nothing I want to
See
take.
if there's a card you want.
I don't think I want. Oh, you know, just for fun, Yeah, I won't take it. Maybe I'll take it at the end. Go ahead.
What?
There was a card I was looking at. I was like, I don't really need it right now, but I might take it at the end. Look at all them prairies. Fields.
I will take these freaking
Strawberry
buildings.
fields forever. You could start another building. You could start another building right next to your tree if you're worried about the rocks coming out. The thing that sucks is it's another. You'll have to cap it with another brick.
Oh, and I don't really have a place for this, do I? Little bush on its own. At least it's worth 1 point.
It is. Yeah, it doesn't really connect to anything. Well,
Maybe that was a poor choice.
you can back up if you want.
What were my other choices then? Let me back up and think a little bit more.
Yeah.
So this was here.
We're getting very close to the end too. You actually have less spaces than I do.
I got a place to put one of those if I ended up with it. All the rest of them are just going to be tall trees, and it's really not a great scenario. I could try to make this work, but no, I have to put it on the thing, so that's not going to work.
You could just end the game too, if you really wanted.
Why? With you having all the points?
I don't know. I don't know if I do have all the points or not right now.
I think I will just take this.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the green yet. I'm going to get that one. And, I guess I could just go for this one too. And forego that last bit of points. And then this green one, I'll just put it right
here. All right.
So, one more score.
All right. Cards? You're not taking any cards, right?
Nah.
I could use that. I could use that. Cap off a green. That'll give me this one. The stone can potentially give me another monkey. All right.
What'd you get me?
Tree. Hey, there's your other building. And a water. You could actually just finish it right now. You could do your building and you could put a water down and another bush down, and that would end the game. And we'll tally up her points.
Yeah, okay. Since there's no more. There's lots of rocks in there. I really needed 2 rocks. I would have been super happy.
But you do get to get your 15-point scoring card.
So this one is scored out. I guess there's no point in putting greens next to each other. Don't really help anything, right?
No, just a point. All right. I think that's the end of it then, because we are now at Sean only has 2 spaces left. I have 5 spaces left, so we'll see what that did to me. So now I think the easiest way to do this is to run down the scoring condition here. So we're going to do the trees. And as of right now, I have 1 little bush. It's 1 plus 2 medium trees. So that's another 6. And then plus my tall tree, 7. And then we do the mountains. I don't score anything on mountains because my mountains don't touch each other. And I have no prairies, no fields. I do have buildings. However, I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that my buildings are not next to three, like I've got one building next to three different types, so I only get 5 points for that. Was not paying attention to those. Yeah, so those do not score for that, but 5. And
How
then
many things do you have to have? You have to have 3 different colors?
3 different colors. It can also be another building. Yes. Yeah, I've only got one. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 islands, so you get 20 for that. And then I score my cards, so I can do the ones that have already been scored off here. I get 13 for one, 17 for another. This card gives me 4 points for every building group by itself, so I've got 3 different groups of buildings. So I'll get another 12 for that. And then I get what's left on my cards that are revealed, so I get +5, +5, and +8. A respectable 99. Not my highest score, but respectable nonetheless. And Sean is going to calculate his up as we go. And be right back with that. And we're back. And Sean actually ended up doing really well. He got 105 points. So he beat me by 6. This really scored well for him. The molehills and the fact that like I wasn't paying attention to my buildings at all as far as what they had around him. He got to score all 3 of his buildings for 15. That was another really good chunk of points. And then the prairies actually worked out pretty darn well for you the way you got them separated. So
Yeah, it was about as good as possible. It was interesting too.
Yeah.
I had almost forgotten about the multiple colors around the buildings, and I just dumped this green one over here. But it made it possible to
Yeah.
score the maximum points.
You didn't even need that green one. You still would have had 3 different ones.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So yeah, and if Sean hadn't had ended it when he did, like it would have. I don't know. Yeah, I think I probably would have gone over to win if I got one more round to go. But you know, who knows? Sean might have had another good pull on the next one because he would have gotten one more turn. But yeah, that's Harmonies. Really fun little game. Really like it quite a bit. I think they did a really good job at creating this light game that has a pretty fair amount of fun little strategy, puzzling, and things like that. Yeah, I would still put it in that light category.
Oh yeah.
It's not full. It's not up to a medium level. Very easy to teach. Very easy to pick up.
But a great baseline game to kind of take new players and show them that there's more than Monopoly. That's another one of these games that you could pull out and people will really enjoy the mechanisms. And the art's real approachable to children and
nice little small box. This isn't very big, so nice, easy to travel with. Pull it around, keep it on the coffee table.
And really, the whole game state, like the whole area that you play it in, can be pretty compact.
Yeah,
so you could picnic table this, put it in your RV.
See the hands and stuff. Like this is not a lot of space. One regular square table anywhere. You know, if you go to like a, I don't know, bar or something.
2 card tables size.
Having coffee, you know, you can do it at any little coffee shop table, anything like that. Easy to put up, pick up.
This is a great little take it on vacation game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Too, you know.
Yeah. And
how many people does it play?
4.
4.
I believe it goes.
It has a solo.
It does have a solo, and the solo works pretty well, I think. You know, for how it does the solo. What you do is you only have 3 cards in your options to draw from. And then you only have 3 piles of tokens, but all those tokens get taken away, and you get new tokens each time. So yeah, you can definitely do pretty well on solo. But Sean, you did a great job.
Thank you.
You whipped me
every now and then,
and we got it on camera too, so we know it really happened. But yeah, I don't think this is a full review. We're just going to do this little playthrough, and maybe I'll come back at some point to do a full review of it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy this kind of content. You know, if you do enjoy this kind of content, a couple of those free little clicks on the screen really helps support out channels like mine and like Sean's. Appreciate it so much when you do. As always, do what is right for you. Until next time, see you on the next video. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.